And we are live. Welcome to yet another weekly meeting of the Merge Request Report Widgets working group. And without further ado, let's go straight into the agenda. All right, so just quickly through the checklists that we put in place so that we can check every time we start the meeting. So the blockers have been solved. Yes, I don't think we have any blockers for launch. Correct me if I'm wrong. But no, the feature flag is not enabled in prod and it's not default. And the widgets are not released and we still don't have a documentation update. So that's kind of, I think we're kind of like hitting a stall there. And I'll talk a little bit about that in my update so we can skip to the announcements. Yannick.
Sweet. Yeah. First announcement and my only announcement, the code quality widget now has its own feature flag. It's not yet merged, but it just hit maintainer review. So it will be available shortly. And yeah, we'll be there for our convenience when it comes to the rollout in the next milestone.
Thank you. That's great news. Could you please add a note to the rollout issue when it's merged, please?
Mm-hmm.
Issue when it's merged. You probably have the link above the rollout issue. Do you know where it is?
Yeah, which rollout issue are we speaking about? Are we speaking about the introduce new flag or the existing ones?
This one there. So it's the one to roll out the actual the merge request widget extensions rollout.
Okay,
that's the one we're tracking the actual rollout of the whole widgets. Hey, Kai and Neil, welcome. We have more people. Savash.
Hey everyone. Is this really being live streamed?
Yes.
Cool.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
say hi.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. So we're still already halfway through the agenda. So just talking about code quality widget having its own feature flag and giving Yannick the link to the rollout issue to keep updated, just so that we can get all of that information centered in one place. Moving on to my point then, does anybody have questions on that?
Thanks for mentioning it. We'll update as soon as it's merged.
Perfect. Thank you. Speaking of the rollout, for as far as we've seen, all the blockers have been cleared. We're just basically go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't think right now there's nothing blocking. So if the widgets seem okay, we could kind of toggle them on, and the secure stage widgets won't roll out with that because we features flag them out. The only thing I will say is that we do have some ongoing work around the polling behavior that is currently under review. So there's like one widget that wasn't, or I guess we're trying to flush out like the issue we're having with the polling. I think, is that test summary widget? So I guess what I'm saying, it'd be like a riskier MR. So we just have to be conscious that if when we merge this other MR, if we're trying to, depending on the timing of when we're toggling this feature flag on in the rollout, that'd be something to be mindful of, that this MR, you want to double check that the polling behavior that impacts all the widgets isn't a high risk MR. That's the only thing I'm going to call out. But other than that, I don't think there are any blockers. Just a MR that we should pay a little bit closer attention to since it affects everything. But maybe some of us, if you have more feedback, or if we need more collaboration between the different DRIs for the widgets to kind of help troubleshoot that one widget. I saw the comment you made. I'm digging into test summary, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just a test summary widget, and I think it's been pointed out that it's flaky anyways, that API. So we're not sure if that's the polling API which makes it more flaky, or it's the APIs that is already flaky. So yeah, I guess we need to understand that one, and then we can merge that one once we're sure that we don't introduce a regression. But I think it's just one widget. The others are working as expected.
But just so I understand, is there any currently enabled widget, so to speak, under the global feature flag only that's using polling? Do we have any yet?
I think we have 3 of them are using polling, just like speaking by heart,
Sure.
by heart. 3 of them are using polling, but I'm not sure if they're enabled or not.
Okay.
But yeah, they are using they're using the feature flag, which is for all widgets. They don't have an individual feature flag, as far as I know.
Okay. I'll pass the note to Phil, who will be leading the role. He's out of office today, but I'll pass the note for him to pay special attention to that part. I don't think we should hold off the rollout until we have that merge request the polling merge request in. We'll just have to pay attention about it and make sure that we test everything properly.
In theory, it's an enhancement. So because like right now, it works. We just check one more thing. If there is a polling interval, we keep polling. So in theory, it should be just an enhancement. It shouldn't break the existing behavior. So I agree.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. But yeah, so basically my update is that right now we're just pending availability from the engineer. Basically Phil, he's taking care of about a couple of other rollouts, and you know how juggling rollouts is. But we do expect to start having some movement there in the next week. So do keep an eye out for like DRI pings and stuff. So we've been talking behind the scenes to kind of like come up with a strategy to ping every DRI in the most efficient way. but yeah, do expect that in the coming days, probably next week. Yeah, because he's out this week. That's my update. And we have Fernando. Anybody has questions about that? All right. Fernando, you have a follow-up on the make?
Oh, yeah. So actually what we just talked about
was
my
it.
talking point. Yeah, that was it. So we're all done. I guess I'm all done. So
right, efficient. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any other questions, concerns, anything that we need to discuss?
Just an update.
Okay.
The security report widget is finally, at least the core part of it is finally merged, but it's behind a different feature flag. It's not going to be rollout because there's still some functionality that needs to be added before we can introduce it for the user.
What's the widget? Security report?
Security reports, yeah. So the SAST, DAST scanners, those ones. Just an update. Sorry.
That's fine. No, that's just fine. That's a specific feature flag, not the global one, right? Good. That's what one of the checks that Phil's going to have to do as well. So, but that sounds good. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Then, if not, I'll see you next week. Hopefully with some good news about rollout. Stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Good to see you. Bye.